I want to bring in Bell Point Chief Strategist David Nelson. And David, this market, it feels like it wants to at least relax a little bit. You know, it feels like a little bit lazy, like one of these idyllic summer days. We could just take a break. And also, by the same token, it reminds me of a shark. When it stops moving, it sinks, right? So what are we looking at here? Is it, the further up we go, are we becoming more vulnerable?
The market's looking for some leadership. And, you know, the outside day in NVIDIA kind of marked a near-term, at least pause, for people to kind of reassess here. And, you know, the mistake that we make, you know, we're supposed to buy the dips, but very often what we really do, is we start to sell the winners. We get nervous, we start to trim back some of our big winners, and in the long run, we actually pay for that because you lose the compounding effect as these companies get bigger.
Right. So here's the thing also, though, put-call ratio, we've talked about this a lot, but it's at levels now, right, that's extraordinarily complacent. You know, not a lot of shorts on the market, not a lot of puts on this market. The call volume's through the roof. Historically, that's not a good sign.
You know, it hasn't paid to be diversified. So maybe that says something about what this is saying here. You know, we're jammed into a handful of stocks, but for good reason. Because
they're great stocks. They're great companies.
It's where they're great companies, and that's where the earnings are.
But here's the rub, though. There are other great companies out there, not as great as NVIDIA, but there are companies out there that are really executing, and their stocks are going begging.
In aggregate,
you sell something like that?
But you can dig down there, and there's a lot of great companies out there that fit that bill. But a lot of these companies are challenged by the Federal Reserve. Rates are really restrictive. It trickles down through the economy. And until the Fed gets off that pedestal and starts to cut those rates, you're not going to see small caps and other names start to work out.
All right, let's talk about a couple of names you like right here. GoDaddy.
This is my new hot stock.
Really?
This company was dead in the water for about 5 years.
Right.
And in October last year, it exploded higher. I didn't really understand what was going on, but after I dug into it to see what they're doing, they bought a company back in 21 called Point, and it's point of sale. And they're now in the transaction business. They've also added an AI platform to their sites that does a lot of the work. It helps build the sites. It helps manage social media, customer interface. This company is actually cheap, 6% free cash flow yield. This stock could go a lot higher.
Walmart, I think we all kind of know that they're just in the sweet spot, right? The groceries, the pricing power. It just feels like that.
If you're trying to keep up with the market, you got a lot of high octane names. This is a name that provides some ballast for the ship.
And it's at a new high. It's near an all-time high. All right, let's talk. I got a minute to go, but I want to talk about some of the things you like to hear discussed tomorrow night from a financial point of view, right? The de-dollarization, which a lot of people blow off, say it's much ado about nothing.
This is big. This is big. And you're going to hear Trump bring this up. The world is pulling away from us. We get enormous benefits from the dollar being the reserve currency. BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. Now it's bigger. Now it's Saudi Arabia, Iran. Not a lot of friends on that list.
Right.
Increasingly, transactions are being done in non-dollar currency.
I want to ask you real quick before I let you go. Entitlements, it feels like we get new ones every other, the entitlement list has grown. If, it's college bailout. Will that be a recurring entitlement?
FDR was brilliant when he put Social Security in place. Life expectancy was 58. He knew that no one was going to live long enough to collect it. Today it's 78. They obviously have to address it. It's not going to happen in the debate, but it's for post the election.
You know what? He got the idea from Bismarck. And when Bismarck put that in place over in Germany, I think life expectancy was even less, right? So they got the money at 69 and they let them be like 50. That's the only way you can hold off socialism. So sometimes you compromise with this kind of stuff. Good to see you, my friend.